There we go. What's happening, guys? Welcome to the Russell Hant Show. We have a very special guest. Anna's in the house.
What's
Anna
up?
from season 32. How you doing, Anna?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on, Russell.
Oh, no problem. And we have Scott right here in the middle. I don't know if he's in the middle for everybody, but he's in the middle for me. So we have him sandwiched. And he is one of the Patreons, and he's very knowledgeable about Survivor. So on Mondays, we're going to start having another Survivor, and a Patreon to talk about the upcoming episode and what we think is going to happen. So what I do know is about to happen is they're about to swap it all up. So it's kind of hard to say, okay, what's going to happen with this tribe, the red tribe or the blue tribe now, because that's no more. So now they're all going to come together as one tribe. And it's going to be very interesting because I lately did a YouTube video on what I think if Rob and Sandra gets the buff and they're on the same tribe. Are they going to work together, or are we going to see some fireworks? Because Sandra is the reason that Rob's wife went home. There's some lines you just don't cross. You don't mess with people's children. You don't mess with people's wives or their guns. But that's another matter.
That's right.
Yeah, no, that's going to be a good one.
So he messed with his wife. His wife about to be going home. I mean, she's already at edge of extinction. What do you think is going to happen, Scott?
I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what does happen. I'm hoping that they do end up on the same tribe. I want to see fireworks from those two. I think Rob's going to want to know exactly what went down, who was responsible, and when he finds out it's Sandra, that there's definitely going to be hell to pay.
So you don't think they would try to actually work together? Do you think that cut too deep?
I think Rob plays on a lot of emotions, and I think having his wife be sent to exile like that might be a bit too much for even him to overcome.
What do you think, Anne? Do you think they can work together?
I agree. I love Rob. I do agree that he is a bit emotional. Obviously, he's a fantastic player. I think that it depends on what Rob finds out. It depends how much information he's going to, find out about Amber and what happened there with Sandra. I think it's such an old school rivalry between Rob and Sandra. I think we're going to see fireworks. I think it's going to be super interesting episode to watch. They're two of my favorites. So I don't think they're going to work together. It's going to surprise me. They're obviously two of the biggest competitors, so we'll see. I think it'll be guns blazing. It should be a really, really good episode, though.
So you don't think they're going to work together?
I don't think so, but you never know.
Do you think that I think we're going to actually see them talking, saying that they will work together, but It's not actually going to. It's almost like me and Rob being out there together. It's like, okay, man, we'll work together, fist pump. That's going to happen. Yeah. And then we both go away and saying that's never going to happen. Because I know for a fact he would never work with me. So
no.
And I think,
go ahead. No, I was going to say, and I expect that from him, saying that to Sandra, hey, listen, we go way back. You and I, we're the biggest competitors here. So let's work together, and then stab her in the back, typical move. So.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a clash of two very, very big egos. Now, anybody who knows me from the Patreon page knows I'm not a Rob fan.
Right.
I think he's incredibly overrated.
Okay. I'm not much of a Rob fan either, but...
I know him personally, so it's hard not to.
Well, I know him personally too, and the thing is, when we played together, and he came at me, I came at him, we came at each other, we clashed,
right,
and then the best man won that season. So over me and Rob, I sent him home before the merge, and I would do it every time I play with him if it's face to face. If you tribe and you take him away from me, I can't get him to the merge. But if he's on my tribe, I'm taking him out.
Well, that's it. I don't know.
But if I would have a very, I would be, I would have a very hard road. Now that you're a Rob fan, if they had a legend and me, you, and him were on, what would you do? You gonna protect Rob, or you gonna protect me?
No, I mean, Russ, listen, you're my man for a long time. You actually were like one of the first seasons I ever watched. So
Mhm.
I mean, I love Rob.
You see how I take care of my people, though.
I do.
I,
And I'm super loyal. Super
okay.
loyal. I know you
You
are
see how
too.
Rob,
So,
you see Rob, how he takes care of his people.
but
I
this
mean,
isn't, but this isn't the Dumb Blonde Girls Club. This is
no,
No,
that
this,
changed.
this is
That
people you
left
know.
though. That left after season 1 because
okay.
I did align with Parvati. She was a smart player, but right now Parvati is playing the same way with me that she's playing with Rob. I'm seeing the same things. I'm seeing it's almost when I'm watching it, I'm like, dang man, she did exact same thing. Rob's making all the decisions. She's staying right behind him and hoping that that's the target, and where he's not the target. I can, as I'm sitting back here watching it, I see it clear as day. When I'm out there, you don't see that. You don't really notice that. Well, she's
That's
only
right.
here because you're a big old shade from the sun that shades her from everything.
Yeah, well, that's basically the way Parvati's played her entire Survivor career, isn't it? She's flirted her way to the end, hidden behind bigger people, James
Right.
for one, you in Heroes versus Villains.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's
that idol. That idol.
Yeah, it does work. It can
That's
obviously it can work. The proof's in the fact that she's won it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a strategy I like to see.
Well, when she won, she didn't win with that strategy. When she won, she got with the girls thing. The girl, what they call it, the
Black Widow's Alliance,
the Vixen's Coven or something. I don't know. I forgot.
Yeah,
Black
probably
Widow's
that.
Alliance.
The
Black Widow's Alliance. Yeah, when she's carrying the pot. Yeah. So
credit where credit's due. She is a very intelligent woman.
Yes. Yeah,
no
she's
doubt
smart
about that.
So we're about to have the swap tribes about to happen, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Now, in Rob's case, I don't see much where he could go where it would help him. Like he already has Jeremy, and Jeremy's got his back, it seems, but not saying much about it. Tyson's gone. That was his boy. His wife's gone. Ethan's gone. Yeah, I mean, what is there? Parvati will probably get split from them. The odds are probably in the favor of them two being split up since they're there together now. So if she's gone, then I just see a lot of negatives for him at this point. I think he had a better shot. Well, no, I don't. He's just in trouble because he's a big threat. That's it is what it is. Can't do nothing about that.
He's in a bad position. Ethan going home was a big loss for him. I wasn't expecting that one, to be honest.
Well, the other loss was big, friend. What's her name? I can't even think of her name now.
Tyson. Oh, Amber.
Not Tyson.
Natalie.
No, at Edge of Extinction. Danny.
Danny.
Yeah, Danny, to me, I think he should have, instead of pushing her out, he should have said, listen, because she was easy to talk to, instead of saying, Danny's coming after you, Party, get together and say, listen, we need to stay strong. If we don't, we're in big trouble. We have to keep our numbers together or they'll take over.
Yep.
And instead of voting her out, I think they should have talked to her and tried to keep her for numbers. And getting rid of Natalie. Natalie's a beast. Getting rid of Natalie right off the bat.
Yeah,
that was
a
bad move.
I expected her to go far before she got voted out, but I can see her coming back in and just running roughshod over that game.
Same.
Oh, she's so
strong.
Oh, she killed it. Right now she has 4 tokens. She just needs 2 more tokens to give her to where she can get the immunity idol and a advantage into the game. So if she gets 2 more tokens, and no telling how long, probably 6, 8 days or so, before they do some kind of battle. She's going to
Mhm.
use 3 tokens to get an advantage to get back to the game, which she probably don't even need. She
No,
could
well, that's it.
she could collect all 6 and go in the game with it, or then when she gets in the game, she's going to be able to buy an immunity item. That's powerful.
Almost too easy for her.
So sick.
But it's not easy for her. She's working for it, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I love Edge of Extinction on this season. I wasn't a big fan.
In my opinion, if she gets back into the game and she works a little bit, just does a little something, and works her way, and she's on that jury, man, she's gonna be a hard one not to choose.
Yeah,
to win the game because she is
when you earn it like that.
Yeah, because she's earning it. Last time Edge of Extinction, the guy that came in, he didn't. People say he didn't earn it because all he did was he did a fire challenge. He wins the game, and he wins the game. But he was at the Edge of Extinction the entire season. You know as well as I know now it is a positive thing that she's on Edge of Extinction because she don't have to deal with all this.
Yep.
Talking, come here, do this, and her you can stay sane while everybody on the other side trying to stab everybody in the back. She don't have to stab anybody in the back, So, and people aren't seeing what she's doing either. Go ahead.
That's right.
I was going to say it's physically tough, but it's not as mentally straining because you don't have to deal with the psychological part of the game, but it's still a very physical one too.
Yeah, and when
at the same time, it's also psychological when you're.
The thing is, when people ask me what's the toughest part of the game, I say it's mentally. Mentally is the toughest part. Trying to, it's not. Yes, it's hard to sleep in the rain and the mud and all that. Yes, that's tough. But I think the middle aspect of trying to, the way I play. It's hard because I try to control the game, and when you try to do that, you drive yourself crazy because you're dealing with a bunch of strong people, and then it feels almost impossible that you're trying to make happen. So it's really you see Parvati and Rob sitting there on the beach, just all head down. They're drained right now, and it's just halfway in the season because they're trying to fight to stay into the game.
Yeah,
it's just not easy, and it's not fun. So this is what I think is going to happen. We move on. I think that Jeremy and Michelle are in control of their side. I think they're in control of their side. The other side, I don't think anybody's really in control yet. I think it's a toss-up. I think somebody's ready to take control. So I think that Jeremy and Michelle are going to take control of the entire season when that happens. I've been saying that.
I can't wait.
I've been saying it, and I've been saying it. Right? Go ahead.
No, I was going to say Michelle's my girl, so I am totally behind her, and it's awesome.
Okay.
I think she's got a lot to prove this season.
What?
She does, and that's the thing. I think it's. Nobody knows how much it affected her until, her personal friends might have known, but nobody really knew how much it affected her. That people said that her season wasn't legit, that she didn't deserve the million, that she didn't. I think that this time she's like, you know what? I'm not only going to win this game, I'm going to prove it to me and everyone else that I can do this. And she's doing it.
Yeah.
To me,
no, that's exactly right. With Michelle, that's exactly right. She's coming in to prove that she deserved that win. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, if you have your name written down and you win the million, you won the game. So, she has a lot to prove because she still gets a lot of hate. But
did she ever talk to you personally?
And just play it cool. And what was that?
Since you're her friend, has she ever talked to you personally about being upset about how people treat her on her win?
I'm sorry, say that again. You're cutting out.
Did she ever talk to you personally about her being a little upset that people don't give her respect for that win?
Yeah, I mean, she was upset about it. She was getting a lot of hate mail, a lot of, from fans, especially, so much of it. Now, I saw a lot of it, and I made sure to say, listen, like, I would stand up for her on social media, and so that's not fair.
Brandon,
you guys are not out there.
Look, Brandon Hans is in the house, and look what he just put on.
Brandon, what's up?
You see what he writes?
How's it going?
Yeah, I'll take that bet.
Did you read his bet he has going on here? Can you see it or no?
I can see it, yeah.
I do. I see the messages, yeah.
Yeah, read Brandon's. Brandon's been
What's
silly.
up, Brandon?
So,
yeah,
I think
she got a lot.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say she got a lot of mail, and it really wasn't fair. Because you see a version of the show, but you don't see how hard a person's actually playing, and there wasn't a lot that was shown with her game. So when she first played, so she has a lot to prove, in her opinion. So hopefully she does well.
I'm saying that now. Like I'm watching some secret scenes, and on the secret scenes, it's like, why didn't they put that on the show? Because Michelle's going up to Jeremy and saying, we need to do this, we need to do this. So I'm like, why ain't she getting the respect? Because she's controlling this right now.
Yeah,
like
she
is driving. You better believe I did a top 5 of who's playing the best right now, and I put her at number 3 only because, and Jeremy at number 1 only because they're not showing us that. And I'm just showing. I am rating it on what we're watching on through production on TV. But when I watch the secret scenes, I see something different. And I like that. I like what I'm seeing. She's out to prove something. To me, she already has. She could not win the game and do well. And then I'm giving immediately I give her respect because I'm one of the ones that didn't give her respect for the win. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
because
I was the same way.
I give credit where credit's due. If I think someone played, I know that's another whole topic you could talk about. But if someone plays a better, if they play the best game, I think they deserve the win. That social aspect to it, I get it now. I understand now. I've learned a lot by watching and doing different things like this. But I've said that she's one of the ones that didn't deserve to win. Now I'm like, I'm respecting her game. If she came 5th or something like that, I'd be like, because it's like, you go, girl, you playing. I respect the people that play the game. I don't like the people that sit back, like Adam. Right. Adam is playing the game, whether they're good moves or bad moves. That boy is playing. Nobody else is playing that hard.
I expect big things out of Adam, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think he's got to get over that initial bump that he caused himself by going to Rob.
Yeah, I think that's about to go.
Tread water for a little while.
But when they split up, and if Rob gets voted out, which I don't know, maybe he has some miracles up his sleeve. But if he's still there, I think that helps Adam if Rob is gone.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
I don't think they can coexist for too much longer.
And then we got Tyson. Oh, Tyson, didn't you play? Aren't you part of the poker brigade? Are you?
My services. Wait, what was the question? My what?
I said, aren't you part of the poker brigade? The poker.
And I, played a bit with Rob and Tyson. So yeah.
I think I'm gonna stay away. I think I got invited to a few of them when y'all were going, and you know what I said to myself? I was like, nope, too many people are gonna see us all together. I was gonna go, but then I don't do these events anymore because I do have friends outside the game. I have a lot of them that people don't know who they are. Now, once they become, all of a sudden I'm going here with them and we're taking pictures and we're doing buddy shots and bro loves and this kind of stuff, then all of a sudden, people know who we're talking to. So
Yeah,
that
exactly.
poker, I thought about that. It's interesting how Survivor is implementing or pre-game alliances and
Real life
implementing
scenarios.
real life stuff into the game. Like when they showed the poker, they showed them playing poker together. So to me, it was interesting. And Kim didn't want to have nothing to do with that. She's like,
No, it's and speaking about personal relationships, Michelle and Adam have one outside the game. They're friends. So, that like they're really good friends. So that goes into the game too. So
so is Wendell
like,
and Michelle.
Yeah.
Outside the game.
Yeah.
Michelle and Wendell. Michelle and Adam.
Yes.
But I don't think people are putting any of that together at this point. Nobody knew. It's going to be known now because I even seen secret scenes on that. So I don't know. I guess those two dated before. I'm confused.
Who?
I
don't know.
Michelle and Wendell.
Oh, okay.
Because she says,
I think they dated for a little bit.
Yes, because she says,
yeah,
she says on one of her things, now I'm about to be playing with my ex-boyfriend.
Okay, so she said it. Yeah.
Yep.
I wasn't gonna say anything. She did.
Yeah, and then I wouldn't have even said it if I wouldn't have knew what I was coming back. I wouldn't have threw you under the bus like that. So they did say it in this one of the secret scenes. Oh no, openly they said it in one of the commercials, and then Michelle posts pictures that I'm sure she had to get approved of those two together this week in New York or something.
Yes, they did.
So
they're friends now. So there's no hard feelings. Yeah.
Yeah. You always. How many exes are you friends with?
Yeah, not many.
How many exes? What? You broke. My internet's horrible. What did you say?
Still there, Russell?
How many exes? What?
Back. Oh, he's back. She's back. Yeah. Cut out. I think we all just went froze for a little while. So how many? What?
What did he ask? How many exes?
Oh yeah. How many exes are you?
What did you say?
I said, how many exes are you actually still friends with?
Oh, me? 0.
Is she free? How many? 2?
0.
How many?
My past is my past. I move on. I mean, I have no hard feelings. Like if I'm cordial, but are we friendly? Heck no. I'm moving on.
Usually you're an ex for a reason.
Yeah, definitely.
How about you, Scott? How many exes you used to?
Can
you imagine how many exes take a number. How many exes you think I'm still friends with?
I'm guessing not many.
My probably 0.
Yeah,
is there any such thing as a minus? Is there any such thing as a minus 0?
Minus 10? Like not even friends, like enemies?
No, probably actually. Well, no, my ex-wife. We're super close.
Oh, that's right.
And she's married.
That's right. Oh,
you have to be. You're almost forced to be when you have kids.
Yeah. You co-parenting is so important.
We're probably are better friends now than we were ever, which is a shame. But what can you do? We move on with life. That's what we do. Yeah. So yeah,
it's life.
I'm excited about the swap. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. And you got a party you're going to this week, aren't you?
Yes, Michelle is hosting a party on Wednesday. Watch parties are coming into New York, so it'll be fun. So
that's why you bailed on me.
Russ, I did.
She bailed on me.
I'll come the following week. I mean, it was last minute. She just messaged about it. I can't miss it. So, got to be there.
It looks like we're gonna have Coral, the Godfather, coming on the show. Nice. Looks like.
Right.
So can anybody explain this?
Are you looking at my living room? How did my living room get into?
Yeah, let me tell you what that is. That is someone's house, and this computer is accidentally showing me their house because it tells us all of our house. It watches us all the time.
That's so cool. I thought that was like a green screen for a second. I'm like, what?
It's a green screen of this house. So I guess if I put a green screen behind me, I'm going to be in this house. Does that make sense?
Yeah, give it a go.
I'm
you
in
should
the
leave
house.
it right there, right there.
So who are your favorites to win besides Michelle?
I think Yule's playing a very good game. I'd like to see him win. I think if she gets back in, Natalie is a very strong chance to win.
Okay.
Yeah, they're my two biggest picks right now.
What about this guy right here, Tony? Tony's playing.
He's doing
I was gonna
good.
say Tony.
I don't know if he can keep his cool for too long. He always seems to be just on the verge of kind of cutting loose, which he's fun to watch, hilarious to watch. I just don't know if he'll be able to keep it up for the whole season.
I think that Tony is a good one. I can say Michelle because she's not my bestie. And I think that she is going to be tough because she's on a mission. And it's a different type of mission. It's like she can't, and she knows she can't just sit around and do nothing. Like she is going to make some moves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. And it's a matter of time because she could sit back. She's already strategizing, but she could let all the, power players take each other out. She's in a really good spot. And pretend like she's riding coattails and just ride her way to the end. But obviously still play because you have to play. It's the game. It's more fun that way. But I think she's in a position to go far. Just off the bat, even when she came in the game, I said, you're in a really good spot. All these guys are going to come after each other. They're going to underestimate you. Play up that, I don't know what's going on card. I don't know how I won card. Play it up and use it.
But she's actually playing now.
Yeah, no, she's playing hard.
She's not just sitting there being
that's right.
I'm gonna do nothing again. She actually doing something. And the one that surprised me more than anybody this season, and it's funny because we're watching all winners, supposed to be great players, amazing players.
Yep.
And then we see somebody like Tyson and like Kim. They would look like a deer in the headlights. And I know you know what that means, but most people don't know what that means. When you say the term deer in the headlights, it means they're frozen. Like they do not know what to do. They don't move. It's and that's especially with Kim. She looked like
she had no idea.
Like she was like didn't know where she was. Tyson was the same way. He was fluttering. He didn't know the way his strategic play was like going out the window. He was coming up with crazy ideas, and it just didn't. Nothing matched up. So we're seeing these great winners go out there, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, can they really play the game? Then we see in others that's stepping up, like Michelle.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what this season's bringing out. We're seeing that, as you've said before, the best player doesn't always win.
That's what I think, but a lot of people think different. Do you think the best player doesn't always win, Anna? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
What was that part?
She must. Do you think that the best player doesn't always win? The best player.
Right, well,
do they always win?
You and your season.
Huh?
No, the best player doesn't always win. I mean, Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
I said no. The best player doesn't always win. I mean, we saw in your season, Russ. I mean, I was rooting for you the whole time. You rustled some feathers when you were out there, but you were the best player, and best player doesn't always win. So, yes, there's luck. For sure, there's luck. Perfect place at the right time, playing well, being liked is important, but being a good player, hopefully at the end of the day, so emotional, and they can actually vote for the best player and put emotions aside and say, listen, this is a game. Who played the best game? Who made moves? Who's in control? Who's able to bounce back? Who is someone worthy of $1 million? A sole survivor? Who played the best game? And not all the time the best players win, unfortunately. Hopefully with this season, it better be, right? The best player really should win. They know the game.
Yeah, I never talk politics or anything on my show, but you can almost, especially when you come to bitter juries and that type of thing, you can almost put it in line with some sort of politician type on the right and on the left, and these people do this, these people do this, because I've always said the bitter jury, I say it's bitter jury. That's why I lost twice. And everybody's like, well, there's no such thing as a bitter jury. I'm like, there is such thing as a bitter jury. And it's not what it is. The term came from weak-minded individuals that can't actually say, hey, I'll shake your hand. You actually beat me. The people that can't actually do that. The bitter jury come from people that can't do the right thing and vote for the person that did better than them. So, I hate.
And unfortunately, most people are emotional.
I hate that we have bitter juries. I hate that that's a thing in the game. I wish it wasn't, but it is. So now, I never understood the bitter jury. I never understood that part of the game, because me growing up, I was an athlete all my life. And I'll say this a lot, but I'm going to say it again. When we lost, I was taught to shake the people's hand that beat me. When we lost, I was always taught to. So at the end of season 19, I thought no shot that I wasn't going to win. I knew I was going to win the game because I just beat them. So my strategy, my speech, even at the end, was, I'm the reason you're sitting there. And by that, because me personally put you there, you have to vote for me. And that's not how it works in the world of Survivor, but that's how it works in the worlds I've always lived in. When I was a wrestler, when I out wrestled the guy, then he's sitting in his corner. He goes sit in his corner because I put him there, because I beat him. And then at the end of the match, we shake each other's hand.
Yes,
and with the game, you're dealing with real life humans who have emotions, who have egos, who don't know how not to be a sore loser. You're not dealing with robots who think mathematically and are able to deduce who's the best player. You're dealing with raw emotions. You're dealing with psychology. You're dealing with people not sleeping, not really thinking clearly, upset. And unfortunately, it's not like the perfect experiment where the real winner should win. But said, hopefully this season will the winner be someone who's supposed to win. I mean, we're dealing with professionals here. Hopefully we have a good one, so we'll see.
So with me, it's like if I ever play again, I view the game differently now. I view it different. I see just what you just said. I was like, that's all the things that I've been telling myself. People get their feelings hurt. People, it's all raw emotions. So there's some way you have to vote them out without hurting their feelings. And that's where it becomes really tough in the game, because you become so close. My alliances were so tight. I never had to worry about them. But as soon as I had to vote one out,
Mhm.
like Jerry, me and Jerry was super tight. People don't even realize it. They think me and Parvati were the tight ones. It was me and Jerry. And she
Mhm.
comes all the way. All she has to do in that last challenge is she was inches away from being in the top 3. And she, we all 3 were. And then I won the last challenge. And then it was up to me who goes home. I knew she would win. I knew she was
Yeah.
going to win, so I voted her out. Now, she hates me now more with a passion. She hates me with a passion. Like,
Yeah.
I'm the man she
Oh,
hates.
yeah.
And it's like, if we played again, I'd like to ask her this question. Jerry, let's play together, and I promise you I'll get you the final 4. And then you make the decision. If you win the last challenge, you go to the final 3. Would you take that deal? I mean, I brought her to the final 4. What are you supposed to do? Sign the check over to her? You know? And then I asked everybody, she would have won. She would have 100% won that game. So the hate is real. Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I don't even see y'all's face moving.
I hear you. Do
You
see
got to
me?
go, Scott?
I see Scott.
I can't. There.
I can see him.
Scott's gone.
I think we lost him. But
Yeah.
I can answer your question. So I mean, with Jerry, she has to understand that, and she didn't. You know, she had to understand that it's a game, and she was sitting there. You had to get rid of her. She had to leave. So she should have been able to put her emotions aside. But in your emotion, you're dealing with egos. You know, and unfortunately, you have to stroke their egos even when you're sitting there pleading for the jury about voting for you.
Yeah.
And sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes they have their mind made up, and unfortunately for you, Russ, I mean, it is what it is. You know, you're one of the big ones. You should have won.
But I get it. And I get it now. I understand their choices only because of human emotion. I lost because of human emotion. That's why I lost. So it wasn't my gameplay. I did what I was supposed to do to get there. But and people say social game this, social game that. I wouldn't have got to the end if I would have played if I would have just sat there and been a good old boy, be in the social game, I would have never made it to the end. So you want me to just be good old Russell, and then all of a sudden I get voted out 6th, not even making the jury, or play hard and have a chance to win the game? You know,
that's what you do, and good. And hopefully people can see past the emotion. But when you're playing with a bunch of newbies, they don't know how to see that. They don't know how to respect a person's game. So we're dealing with people that have won and know what they're doing, have been in the game, played many times, know how to put emotions aside. Hopefully, I mean, these are veterans, so we're dealing with a whole different animal here. And that's why the season's so great.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
I was hoping you there.
Yeah.
Next time.
They gotta. I mean, people like Yule, Ben, people like that.
Yeah.
Yule and Ben, they're really Ben's a little bit. Yule, they're both to me. They're playing a pretty good social game, especially Yule. I think Yule's just trying to be friends with everybody at this point. I couldn't play like that. I feel like it'd be impossible for me. Could you play like that?
No, they would be. They would be like, Russ, you're so full of it. Stop it right now. You're playing.
I'd be like,
you can't.
I'm just going to work around camp. I'd say I'm a follower, not a leader. What do you want me? What do you want me to do?
What do you want for
I'll
lunch?
do it. Yeah, I'll go fishing for you.
Clean. I'm not going to throw the fire.
I'll be cleaning everybody's underwear and socks and everything if you want me to.
That's too funny.
Yeah. So
well, who do you think is going to win? What's your take on the game right now? Who's going to go far?
I mean, if I'm, well, I don't think Yule's going to win. If I'm going to go ahead and scrap, I thought Tyson would win the game. Now he has to go through a lot to win now, because he'd have to beat, you know, the beast Michelle to get back into the game, which I don't think he's going to do. But if I was going to just go ahead and throw a name out there, I'd have to say Michelle. Who? Michelle.
Yeah.
I would have to, at this point, look at her spot she's in. You know, she's nobody's saying anything about her. They think she don't know how to play the game, and now she is. That's what's dangerous. Thinking someone don't know how to play, and she has a meat shield that thinks he's in control, but he's not.
That's right. Exactly. And that's exactly her strategy going in. You know, when she was talking to a bunch of us before she left, we said, that's the game you should play 100%. Be like a deer in headlights. You don't know what's going on. You don't know how you won. You don't know the game. But then also play, obviously, and find your alliance and someone you can have your back and be loyal with. But but yeah, she's playing the game, and she's in a fantastic spot. And it's great. It's super fun to watch.
No, she's in a fantastic spot. If you were going to tell me, if I had to pick 3 people that's in an amazing spot, she's definitely number 1 for sure. I think Natalie's in a good spot because she's already voted out, and she has 4 whatever tokens, and 3 tokens gives her an advantage get back into the game. So I think that she's going to get back in the game with tokens. What do you think about Nick? Where's Nick? Why ain't Nick doing anything? The only time we've seen Nick is when he lost the challenge. We don't see Nick at all. I thought he might have quit, and we just didn't see that episode. Nick is not. No, you know anything about Nick? Or you don't know any?
No, I don't. No.
Yeah, Nick. And Sandra, what do you think about her gameplay right now? Sassy Sandra.
Sassy Sandra. She's super sassy. It's going to be interesting to watch the rest of the season. I think that we'll see. I haven't seen full Sandra yet, but she'll be interesting when she will.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, she's
I'm a little wild.
She's trying to play both sides. She's trying to do like she used to do and say, "Oh, as long as it's not me," and she's trying to play strategy. So she's trying to do both right now, and I don't know if that's going to work for Sandra. But who is your prediction to go home with the group together? Oh no, okay, no. Let's just put them all together. Who do you think would go if they put them all together right now and they go to tribal? Who goes home?
I think Rob.
I think Rob too. Why isn't Rob home yet? I don't know why Rob isn't gone yet. Why isn't Rob gone?
Oh, I know. Yet? I know. I'm like, why wasn't he gone? Like, in the past, a few episodes ago, Parvati and Rob look at each other. They're like, why? Can you believe they're not coming after us? Like, are we being punked? Like, why is he still in the game? Hello.
Yeah, Parvati was like, what's going on?
Are we being screwed with? Are we being punked? Are we about to get blindsided?
Well, Jeremy's buddies with Rob outside the game, and Rob wants Parvati to stay. So he was never going to gun for them two. Jeremy wouldn't have. So that's why Rob said, you see, they're not saying none of this stuff, but this is it just makes sense. It's common sense for the people that know who the friends are, so
that's right.
So I think,
Tyson.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now I seen the earlier scene on what's going to happen, and you have Rob when they said last one out is Tyson, he was all upset. So
yeah, Rob and Tyson are really, really close.
They're super close,
super close. Super duper, super close. They're like best friends of the game. I mean, we were playing poker together.
Yeah.
Him and Tyson are so much fun to hang out with. They're both crazy. I love them. And they're super close.
I'll tell you some of my stories. I'll tell you some of my stories later. You might not love them so much.
All right. Well, you got to give me a call. I want to hear them, Russell. I want to hear all about it.
Oh, they'll be in my book. What's that?
Oh, I have to hear. There's still so many stories you haven't told me yet. You told me a little bit. I gotta find out more.
These aren't fun. These aren't fun stories. Not if you like someone.
I can imagine.
It'll make you not like them. So
I love everyone.
It's okay. So you know that before the season started, I said that Kim was one of the best players to ever play the game. I thought her performance was dominant.
Yeah.
She won like 5 challenges at the end. She was in complete control. When she voted them out, they still was like, I love you. You know, it was like a cult type thing. And I was like, that performance was crazy. So what this is also showing us, this type of play, it's showing us that it does matter who you've played with. It does matter the group of people they set you up with. Because people say, oh, Kim ain't that good. Her cast was just that easy. And I was always like, oh, I don't know about that. She's pretty good. Is it sometimes because they have an easy cast?
When she first played, possibly. That's what I was thinking. I mean, she played such a fantastic game. It could very well be that no one had any idea what they were doing, and she was the star of the show. It could be why she seems like a deer in headlights a little bit. But
I could see her
totally intimidated.
I could see her getting it together, though. I could see her getting it together. You know?
Yeah.
Because she, you even see her. She was so confused that she was crying at the beginning. Are we freezing or something?
Yeah.
What's happening here?
Are
you typing an essay? Are you typing an essay? It sounds like you're typing an essay. What is that?
I sound what?
I hear this.
You hear that? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
What is that noise?
No, I said.
That's so weird.
I said, are you typing an essay right now? What is that?
What?
The government is watching us.
Oh, I know. Big Brother is messing with my cam. No, they're not. I don't know. It's my Wi-Fi is horrible. Anyway, so ignore that. But I did hear. I heard the last part. I think that you said.
What did I say?
So here's the thing. Like, she was such a star when she first played. She hasn't really gotten it together this season. I don't know if it's nerves, intimidation. It's a bit intimidating. I mean, she's a strong girl. Who knows? You never know. Sometimes it's personal stuff. It's not easy. It's been a long time since she's played. I wonder if she's been keeping up and watching. I don't know. You never know. You never know different reasons why, but I don't know. I kind of hope she gets it together. I loved Kim when I watched her play the first time. And
when she
I'm personal friends of hers, and she's a sweetheart.
Yeah, when she voted out Kat, it reminded me of a of a mother dropping off their child at the daycare center, and the child thought that the mom was never coming back to get her. She was so heartbroken. That's what it reminded me of. So it shows how much she, you know, yeah, you get, when you get that personal, like for me, Jason, I don't know if you remember, but Jason, brilliant guy. And
of course,
we became friends, really close friends. And we were supposed to be buddies outside the game and all this and that. And when I voted him off, he hated me. That was it. That was it. Didn't want to be my friend anymore.
Oh no.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. I formed some really close relationships on the show too, and it's just a game at the end of the day. Yeah, I mean, Kim, I know, is super sweet. I have friends I have mutual friends between us, and they all tell me she's a sweetheart. She's super lovable, such a sweetheart. There are people you really, really connect with, but there's some people you connect with that, the game kind of, a lot of times you just want to leave it in the past. And sometimes you just can't get over it. I don't know. I can move on from things. So for me, it's different. But not everyone is like that, Russ. That's too bad. I loved watching you and Jason. So that's really surprising to hear.
I thought he was a brilliant guy. And, we could have been good friends outside the game. It's just that it's something in someone that gets them like that. And we see it in real life too. So, we see people getting their feelings hurt and then just cutting everybody off. Now, I got friends on both sides of every aisle, and I like it that I like to keep it that way. If I played with Sandra or if I played with Rob and they kicked my butt, I'm going to give them the trophy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they deserved it.
A little act. 100%.
Get up, shake their hand. You beat me fair and square, and then that's it. I'm hearing that they may do another second chances. What do you think about that?
We'll see. I don't know. That'd be fun.
Would you do it?
I guess.
What was your fault?
What would my what?
What was your faults in the first? I'm sorry about we're getting bad connections, but what was your faults?
No, it's okay. So one of the big reasons I was out was tribe switch. I got really screwed over, really unlucky. I hate saying unlucky, especially being a card player. Everyone says they're unlucky. I definitely got screwed over by the random tribe switch. I got on the worst team. I lost my alliance. We're on the bottom. The team sucked. We lost our challenge. I was out. My fault was that when Ty told me he had an idol, I thought it was common sense for him to use it. We would have had control of the tribe. I was actually gunning for Aubrey. I knew she was a threat. I wanted to get her out as soon as possible. No one saw it. I saw it. I was like, well, let's get her out. They were like, no, let's come after Peter. So we did. And then he decided last minute not to use the idol. And apparently Scott Pollard beat me to it. He talked to Ty right before tribal council and convinced him to vote me out. I'm like, shit. So
Ty's a little flip-flopper there.
He's a flip-flopper. And so I was like playing I was playing. It didn't show much of our strategy because we weren't losing. We were always winning. So we never had to really go to tribal until I had the switch. We were crushing it on the beauty tribe. But I think that my fault definitely overestimating people. And with Ty, I thought it was common sense to have Scott, me, Ty, and Joe. I was really good with Joe, that older man Joe. I love him. He's a sweetheart, and him and I really bonded, and I really wanted to work with him, and he really liked me too. And so It's too bad. We didn't really need the numbers because we had an idol. So let's vote out Aubrey. Let's get her out.
Yeah.
And let's take control. Julia's coming back in. That's my kitty cat. Julia was my strongest alliance. And say hi, Lisa. She's making a little cameo. What's up, girl? So Julia her and I were super tight, super tight. I mean, she was my girl I was going to the end with. I had her back 100%. Michelle too. Michelle later on, but yeah, I mean, I think overestimating people. I think just really analyzing it and really thinking who's talking to him, being a little bit more attentive.
When you
really
over,
I was gonna do well.
You can. Some people say don't underestimate. And when I most recently played in Australia and South Africa, they told me don't underestimate them. But what I did was I overestimated them, and I thought that they were going to do the moves that they should have done, and they did dumb moves instead. So it's almost like playing a poker player. That it's like playing it's like somebody going all in with you, and you have aces in your hand, and the ace just dropped. So you're like, I pretty much got this, and they're all in, and you can't imagine what they're all in for. And then all of a sudden they get, four twos or something, or something stupid, straight flush. So how, and they shouldn't have went all in. My point being, they shouldn't have even went all in the first place. They should have folded.
I know right, exactly. And then they make stupid moves or lack of a move. And it's so obvious.
So I'm thinking
in the game,
I'm thinking their best move is this. X, Y, and Z. This is their best move in the game. I'm trying to keep an idol. So I'm like, they have to make this move. This is the only move they can make. It's the best move in the game.
Right.
In my mind, I know what the best move is. They make the worst move. So I should have underestimated them, and I should have said, you know what? They probably not going to even realize none of this stuff, and they're probably going to do something stupid.
Seriously. Trust me, I'm still kicking myself. I'm like, shoot. I mean, who knew? It was such an easy move for Ty. I mean, I had his back. Julie was coming in. We would have control. We would merge. We got Michelle on the other side. We got Nick on the other side. I mean, hello, we have the numbers. Right. It's an obvious move that I didn't think I needed to speak to him again. I had no idea.
Oh, Ty, you should have known. Look what he did to Caleb. Look what he did to his boy right off the bat, Caleb.
Oh my God, exactly. He's a flip.
So when you seen that,
he doesn't really know what he's doing. I'm like,
when you see somebody doing that to their own people, you gotta really be. They're shady characters. So, Robin has asked me if I would align with Rob, Massachusetts Rob, and that is a negative. The only reason I would never align with Rob is because I know for a fact that he would not align with me. Now, if I thought that he would, then I would align with him, but he wouldn't work with me. He was trying to stab me in the back so fast. So,
I mean, we saw it in Heroes Villains, you too. So
he said that I was going to
want to play with you.
He said I was going to be his Amber without the cuddling. He told me that. I don't think they do favorite player of the season anymore. But if they did the favorite season, if they did the favorite season this season so far, who would you be giving it to? There's two that it comes right in my mind. Player of the season, like if somebody was going to give Sprint was giving out player of the game award or whatever, like they used to.
I remember they used to give 150,000. They used to.
Yeah, I won them twice, by the way.
Oh, I know. I saw. Hello.
2-time fan favorite.
I know.
So if they did that, you did.
You owe me dinner.
Did you legitimately vote for me?
Legitimately, hand on the Bible, I did. I did.
Wow, that is impressive. I do owe you
I
a
was a
dinner.
big fan. Yeah. No,
So
seriously. I mean, you were my favorite player. You literally. I remember 18. Your seasons were getting to Survivor. Period.
yeah, well, that's
It was
cool.
your season, so I was. Yeah, I was hyped. I see a question, Anna. Do you think that Caleb Reynolds have gone deep in the game if he wasn't medically evacuated?
Yeah, that's a
You
good
know what's
question.
interesting? That's a really great question. It's interesting because Caleb wasn't mentally in the game. He
Really?
was really going through. Yeah, he was really going through it. It didn't really show on camera. You seen a little bit of him, tearing up and missing his fiance. He was having a really hard time out there. I
I
was
know
trying to
them
get him
both,
over with
by
the
the way.
girls.
I'm pretty cool with both
What's
of
that?
them, and he has a beautiful
Yeah.
wife now and baby.
Yes, they're sweet. Ashley, love her. She's a great girl. I love them dearly. But in the game, he was struggling, just with the whole situation. And I was talking to him, trying to get him to make sure that he was our fourth, because it was the three girls. We were super tight. We weren't going to flip. We were going to go. Do flips. We were going to do flips if we needed to. Go to like fire challenge if we needed to. But I was trying to get Caleb over with the girls, and I didn't trust Ty, Nick. Forget about it. And we were trying to get Caleb in, and he was just all over the place. He wasn't there mentally. I'm like, what is wrong? You okay? And I love Caleb. I'm like, but dude, like, get with it. You're in a game. Like, you gotta. So but he pushes himself. So he pushed himself in the challenge, and a lot of people don't know that actually his liver and his kidney started failing in that challenge.
Wow.
Where he got medically evac. As soon as I got that last ball in, I remember running up with my water to give him water, and all of a sudden his eyes just roll back and he falls. And I'm looking, and I
Damn.
run over to him and I'm screaming, I'm like, Jeff. And two people went down. Sydney went down, he went down.
Yeah.
So the doctor, is with them, and I'm
The
screaming,
two
Jeff,
most
get
fit.
the F over here.
The two most
two
fit,
most
by the way.
fit.
The ones that have no fat to
That's
be able
right.
to get them through that challenge.
That's right. And the big guy falls, and that's exactly what happened with water. We were in the sand digging for 4 or 5 hours, 130 degrees, no water. You're big, you're a lot of muscle. Caleb goes full force. Caleb does not.
Yeah.
He puts in 110% effort. And
Yeah.
so he got that last ball in. We won, and it was reward. I remember screaming, "It's reward!" I don't even care. I don't even care if we lose whatever it was, like coffee. Who cares? Like, I don't care. And he medically evacuated. That changed the whole trajectory of the game, especially for me. I was like, "Dang it!" I mean, after him, I was out because we had a
I'm gonna
tribe
rewatch
switch.
that.
We were crushing it.
I'm gonna rewatch
Oh,
that.
it was so heartbreaking.
That was one of the most
So to answer
dramatic
your
medevacs. Go ahead and answer it.
dramatic, and he actually almost died. I mean, his liver and his kidneys. I mean, that would have been the end of the show. You should have seen Jeff's face when Jeff realized.
Can't hear you. Hello. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Can you guys hear me? She must hit the mute button. Can y'all hear me? I can't hear her, but can you hear me? Yes. Can you hear me? I can't. Nobody can hear you. Nobody can hear you. You're going to bed. What is going on? Did you press a mute button? You sure? Okay. Okay. The whole time she was talking, nobody was hearing what she was saying. Yeah. I was about to start doing this. I was about to, I know a little sign language. We can all just sit here and look at you. You're so beautiful. We can just sit here and look at you. And you can just make funny faces. Going to bed? Okay. Well, that's it with her. She pushed the mute button just to get out of here, guys. All right. She's gone. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You're gonna come with us next time. After not next week, but next week. All right. That means good. Okay. Kisses and waves. Bye-bye. All right, guys. Well, bye, Felicia. She couldn't hear us. Or we couldn't hear her. So I'm enjoying the season. Like I keep saying, I don't think it's heroes versus villains, but it's catching up there. It's catching up. Anybody got any questions before we go? What we got going on? We almost have 20,000 20,000 followers on YouTube, subscribers, I mean. My Patreon page is growing crazy. We're doing good there. I went on there live today and talked about a little bit about this, which I don't know what that is. I have no clue what this is, guys. What is that? Somebody's house. That's a little weird. Well, can I get any green screen I want? Or is that just another house? I'm telling you what that is. What that is this somebody else's house. And we are about to go play some piano. Somebody else's house, and I'm accidentally watching them. Now what? Government is watching us. My shirt? Yeah, my shirt does it too. Go down there at the bottom, you get a Russell Hant shirt that's 4D. Man, Anna's she's a cutie, isn't she? I might have to take her up on that and take her to dinner. There's my cup. So subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, guys. If you want to become a patron, go to I didn't post the link in this description, but go to that description. Give personally, and of course not the see-through cards. That is weird. With the thank you on the back, with my signatures, I send them off as soon as they join. So if you want to become a patron and be more into this podcast / YouTube channel, that would appreciate it. Anything helps. We use everything and we put it back into the show. We need more things. We need more shirts. We need more cameras, more light. And we got to find out whose house this is. Well, you can check. You can tell me that ain't weird. That's weird. So that's the house I'm gonna be in tomorrow because I'm gonna figure something out here. All right, guys. Appreciate you watching. Come to the Patreon page. It's in the link descriptions in the link of one of the videos ahead of me. So go check that out. And I appreciate y'all watching this. We're going to do prediction shows I know I keep changing the date, but we're going to do a prediction show with a Patreon and someone that's played the game or with Cody. So I just wanted to do this prediction episode now because I don't want to do it on Tuesday because it doesn't have time for people to watch it. So that's what we got. This is the episode, and hope you guys have fun. Stay out. Hold your hand over your mouth when you cough. Okay? And buy all the toilet paper. Go get all the water. Appreciate that, man. Just wanted to say it was awesome watching you play. Appreciate it, Cam. I appreciate that. That's respect. And like I said, we will be live right after the episodes, and we will be live right before the episodes to do our prediction. That was a pretty cool one. If we wouldn't have kept going in and out, it would have been better. Scott had to leave early. I want to thank Anna for coming on. She's going to be coming on again, doing a live with us. And when she gets there, we'll be happy with that. So I appreciate it. And you guys have a good night. Keep hope alive. Don't drink too much Corona because we're not sure what Corona does to you yet. No more Anna. Why no more Anna? More Anna. Yes, more Anna. She was great. What was wrong with Anna? Oh, her internet sucks. Maybe it's just happening. Maybe it's just a bad time. Coral will be live following the episode. So Coral will be here live following the next episode. Come check us out. And Anna's internet sucks. We know that. See you guys later. And talk to you soon. Keep hope alive. That's it. That's all.